afternoon. My name is Sydnie Walker and I am in Mr. Capp's online speech course at Hill College. Today I'm going to be giving you a visual aid speech over how to wrap a clothing item as a Christmas present. I'm doing this in honor of the holiday spirit, hopefully also to make your job a little bit easier. Sometimes we can run into a problem when it comes to wrapping and decorating. Okay, first off, we're going to have to talk about supplies. You're going to have to get necessities. Then we're going to talk about how to measure and how to wrap it. Next, we're going to talk about how to tape it appropriately, how to make sure there's no extra paper laying around. And then last, we are going to talk about putting the bow on top and making sure it looks appropriate. Alright, start off, let's talk about what supplies you need. When wrapping a clothing item, sometimes you can run into a problem if you don't put it in a box. For example, if you wrap it without a box, you're going to get something like this. Everyone knows what it is, and it looks like junk. So today, we are going to try to make it look pretty. So you need to make sure that you have a cardboard box. You need to make sure that you have scissors big enough to cut big pieces of paper with. Then you also need to make sure that you have masking tape. You need it to be clear. Scotch is a good brand. Alright, after that, you're going to need to pick up your wrapping paper. The bigger the better, because if you're wrapping a big box, you're not going to want it to be too short or not long enough, not wide enough either. And also, while you're at the store, you need to pick up your pre-taped bows. Pre-tape makes the process go by way easier, and all you have to do is just pull the white stuff off and tape it right to the box. You can get any of these items at your local grocery store or your town market. Alright, to start things off, what you have to do first is you have to put your clothing item in your box. We use a box because it just makes it look prettier and it makes it look more symmetrical. Okay, now you need to make sure you place your lid on your box where it's not sticking out in any weird angles. You want your paper to be a rectangle or a square, your present too. Okay, now you need to take your box and flip it upside down. Then you're going to wrap and do all your stuff to where it's on the bottom of your present so no one can see it. To start things off, you're going to fold from side to side. So you need to make sure that your wrapping paper is going to cover it from side to side. See, it's long enough to cover it. Then you need to take your scissors and cut it horizontally across your paper. Alright, once you've done that, you need to take your side piece and fold it over. Tape it down with Scotch tape, just fold it over on top like normal. Then you need to take the other side and fold it over. By this step, you should not be able to see any of the cardboard box. It should almost all be covered. It will not look good if you can see part of the cardboard box. Alright, once you've folded your sides, when it looks like this, your sides are already folded over. Now you have to do the front and the back. I left it like this so I can show you an example. When you get it like this is where it gets tricky. You're going to need to take the top two corners and you're going to need to push them in and down towards the box so it's touching the box. Then you take the top part of it and you fold it down. Then you take your Scotch tape and you tape that part down. Now the next side. You flip your box over. You take the top two corners, push them in, fold what's left down, and you tape it. So then your box should be completely covered. Now you've reached your last and final step, thank goodness. I know. Alright, now you have to take your bow and you have to easily pull the white piece off. Now all that's left to do is press it on top of your box, gently. Now your present should be perfectly wrapped, perfectly symmetrical, everything's good. And like I told you before, all the tape stuff will be on the bottom, so nobody can see your mess. Alright, I hope I made that a little bit easier. Thank you.